Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Well, they did it. They sent the unit back. Now, what does that mean? Did they fix it? Did they replace it? I've got some news to share kind of behind the scenes as well. You're not going to want to miss this.
Put on your Sunday clothes, there's lots of world out there. Get out the brilliantine and dime cigars.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has arrived back. The big question is, did they send me a new one, which I've heard they've been doing, or did they repair it? This makes me think it's a new one. This is definitely not the box that I sent it in, but we shall see. Let's go ahead and take a gander inside. All right, here we go. Oh, looks like a new one. Here it is. Yeah, they sent a new one, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'm A-okay with that. In fact, I'd probably rather have that. But the question is, what was causing the issue, right? What was the core problem? I still love this turntable. I still think it's got a very important use case in this community. So I'm going to set it back up and start using it again. And this is one of those things that, you know, time will really tell. So I need to experience it for a while to see if they've corrected the issue. And that leads to the question of what is the issue? According to Audio-Technica, they said the issue was improperly applied lubricant on the tone arm. And they've said they've corrected it. It was a relatively small batch of turntables, but I guess when you're selling millions of items, that even a small percentage of those is going to be a large number. You know what I mean? So hopefully that is the case and they're back on track. Makes me think, though, if it is lubricant, what happens in 20 years? You know what I mean? When lubricants dry up. It sounds like what was happening is the lack of lubricant at the tone arm base probably was causing it to have more drag than it was supposed to have. And that's not good. And what happens down the road? I guess if it starts skipping again, go in there and apply more lubricant. But, okay, looking under the hood here, opening up this box, it is indeed a new unit, and if we look at the included invoice here, basically it says replaced in lieu of repair. Now this is interesting. It looks like they've... Okay, I thought there was a model number change. No, it's just an itemization. Okay. So yeah, that's literally just a new unit, but this was inside of the box. So it wasn't just a unit off the shelf. But it was somehow sealed with that invoice inside. Also of note, they included what I think might have been the slip mat that I returned it with, in addition to the Audio-Technica one. So I might have accidentally returned it with the wrong slip mat. So these will surely have gone through the checks and have passed the test. So that's good. I just want it to work. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to prove anything here or, you know, make a big to-do out of it. I just want my record player to work. All right. And it comes in this cloth overwrap, which I do like. I keep these, every time I get a cloth overwrap like this, I actually hold on to these and use them to cover up turntables and storage. It's a nice way to protect the dust cover. All right, so, you know, we're back at it again, brand new. Here we go again. This, of course, uses that same mechanism, tried and true, that's been used for a long time. They have opted not to use the new mechanism style that the Crosley and Victrola used, where it has a motorized movement and forgoes this mechanical stuff. So I kind of prefer this because I feel like those are going to be more prone to issues over time, whereas this I feel like is a little bit more tried and true, and it's way more mechanical. It's an electromechanical movement and emphasis on the mechanical, whereas the one that has the extra motor, you know, rotating the tone arm, etc., I just feel that there's more opportunity for an issue there. So again, not a full unboxing video here, but I figured we'd chat as I put it back together, and you know, I'm looking forward to having it back. I have really enjoyed the Sony PSLX10 or 310 or something like that. I've been using that sort of in place of this while this has been out for service. By the way, service took a couple of weeks. It was not a big deal. But I think that this is a notch above, obviously, with the higher end cartridge, and I love the styling. Plus this is a little slimmer, so it fits in that little overhang area that I have. Now, like I said before, time will tell. So after, it took 6 months for the first one to start skipping. A few months down the road, I'm going to have to reevaluate it and see if it's still working at that point. If it's not, I'll definitely, jump in with another video, because it is fascinating. I do think it is fascinating. And I don't feel like I want to tear this apart and search for lubricant. I think that might be kind of tricky. But part of me does wonder, what do they mean by lubricant what do they say? Lubricant improperly applied at the tone arm. So I'm assuming it's something down under the gimbal there. But yeah, there that is. I've got the new dust cover. I'm glad to have the fresh dust cover and the new unit, because my old dust cover, as hard as I try to keep those things from getting scratched, man, they always develop those hairline scratches. So I kind of like hit the reset button on that here. So I'm glad to have a nice clean one. And I have to put the hinges on. That would make sense. So curious, obviously we got the cables and everything. Curious what you guys would have done in this situation. Some people did opt to sort of retrofit their units. Some people felt like they couldn't return theirs. Like I said, I had mine for quite a while before I discovered the issue, and they still took it back. So the warranty worked for me. Now, does the warranty reset, I wonder, when you get a replacement product like this? Or are you still covered under the terms of the original, with the date being back, 6 months ago when I got this? That's an interesting thing. I'm not sure what the answer is there. But there it is, the LP70. And that kind of took the industry by surprise that, we would have an issue with this shiny new automatic turntable. And apparently Audio-Technica thinks this is widespread enough that they need to issue an official statement, which reads, "Since launching our LP70X series turntables, we have received some customer feedback related to record skipping. After a detailed quality assurance review, we have determined that these problems were caused by an inconsistent application of lubricant to the tone arm assembly, affecting a very small number of units, etc., etc. We share your passion for audio and regret any instance where our products do not deliver the etc., etc." Additionally, they've set up an entire website dedicated to this, where the statement is presented as well as a service request form, and even at the bottom they give you the option of changing colors when you get your replacement, which I thought was rather interesting. Okay, I've got it hooked up again. It's taking the place of the Sony 310, which I really grew to love. That's actually quite a nice turntable, better than I initially thought. But this is just such a nice compact fit. I've got the Duke Phono preamp over there. And again, it's just going to be a matter of time to really evaluate, is this thing going to work in the long run, or are we going to have these issues down the road? And it's going to take some time before that answer really presents itself. But for now, the saga of the LPX or the LP70X is over. All right, my friends, and that is going to do it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support, and we'll be back with another one real soon.